Hey everybody, Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome to our first Warhammer 40k 9th edition narrative campaign. This one is called The Emperor's Champion, and if that doesn't give away who the main protagonist in this whole thing is, well, it's an Emperor's Champion. We're going to be playing this. I will, of course, be the games master, as I usually am, and Steve will be playing the part of the Black Templars and the Adepta Sororitas, the Sisters of Battle, who are going to be joining forces in a crusade to win back a shrine world, which I'm going to explain in just a second. So before I get into the story, the narrative campaigns that we do, they're mainly for our Vault members, but we do put out some of the episodes for free. The first episode right here is going to be for free, but then the second episode will be in the Vault. And this will come out weekly until it's done. We'll put out a free episode every week, but then the next episode will be in the MiniWarGaming Vault. And so if you want to get the full story and see all of that, then you do need to be a MiniWarGaming Vault member. Now don't forget, we do have a 7-day free trial. So the link to the second episode will be in the description below. So go and check that out. And if you're not sure if you want to be a Vault member, still click it, get a free 7-day trial, and check out all the stuff that's in there. So let's jump into the story. Now, unlike before, I'm not going to be reading off this perfectly written story. I just want to tell you the story because I find I get more excited that way. And we'll show you some images and cool stuff that is happening along the way. So we are in the Imperium Nihilus. That is the dark side of the Imperium, the one that can no longer see the light of the Astronomicon because of the Cicadrus Maledictus, the huge warp storm that has divided the galaxy in half. We joined the Sestrian Crusade, which is a very old Black Templar crusade that's been joined by Sisters of Battle along the way. But this crusade has a bit of a sad past, not like every other Space Marines that do. Back in the decades ago, they actually occupied a world called Picrora. This was a shrine world. It was a very special world, though. When it was discovered thousands of years ago, it was found that these large open areas of dunes, and also combined with these craggy rock areas with these tunnels through them, which are still unknown how those tunnels were created, that these winds would go through. And as they passed through all of these holes and all these caves and tunnels, psychers could actually feel almost a music to it. And within that music, they swear they could hear the Emperor's will being made manifest. And so this became a very special world because what they did over the centuries following is they built an enormous fortress monastery, almost the size of a city, with catacombs that delved deep into the earth and went high up into the sky. But this thing was very specially made. It had a special architecture to it that would harness the winds. The winds that would pass through it would create more of this psychic music. And all of these psychers would come here and they would harness that psychic power and they would listen for the Emperor's will. They even set up machines. The Adeptus Mechanicus came along and they set up machines to even process all of this and to sift it, constantly looking for the will of the Emperor. This is not uniquely my idea. I honestly can't remember where I heard it, but I read it in a codex or somewhere else. So if this sounds familiar, I'd actually like you to remind me where I found it because I want to read more about it. But anyways, moving on. As they did this, this attracted, of course, the attention of a Black Templar crusade and Sisters of Battle, and they settled. A lot of them had a standing force in this fortress monastery because it allowed them to pray to the Emperor constantly and to hear his will more readily. Navigators even claimed that this planet became almost its own Astronomicon, and at least enhanced their abilities to be able to detect the Astronomicon. This is all before the coming of the Dark Imperium and the Cicadrus Maledictus, of course. Sadly, though, with the coming of the Cicadrus Maledictus, warp storms ravaged through this system and cut off the Black Templar and the Sisters of Battle from reinforcements. Shortly after that, and this planet was full of all sorts of citizens, an uprising happened. It turns out that festering deep in the heart of this fortress monastery was a gene stealer cult. And they rose up and threw off their old masters and actually killed most of the Black Templar and Sisters that were there and anybody who was loyal to the Emperor, and took over the planet. Because the Imperium wasn't able to send reinforcements, they reigned supreme for decades, praying for their own Emperor to finally come and to consume them and take them to the heavens, not knowing, of course, the horrors that would await them if that actually ever happened. Decades later now, we have this crusade, the Sestrian Crusade. Those Black Templar and Sisters of Battle who did survive moved on and eventually joined even more of them and did crusades throughout all sorts of other systems and sectors, but always thought back to the world of Procrora, hoping one day they could reclaim it. Well, now they're in the process of doing so. They've braved the warp storms, they've penetrated through with a fleet of ships, and they have come back to this planet, finding it still infested with Genestealer cult, thankfully not consumed and destroyed by the Tyranids by this point. No Tyranids in sight as far as they can tell, although it's really hard to detect them approaching given the shadow of the warp. They landed and they started to take back the planet. They managed to scour most of the planet clean of the Genestealer cult, all save for the Fortress Monastery, because this thing was built to be nigh impenetrable. Combinations of powerful void shields, huge batteries of weapons that could take down ships in orbit, let alone drop pods or ships that would come anywhere near it, made it so it was very hard to destroy this. But their resolve was not going to falter as they came down in force, surrounded the Fortress Monastery, and started their incursion into it. They've bombed a certain section of it on the outside, getting ready to send their forces in. In the meantime, throughout this, they were praying for a champion to be chosen to lead them and to give them the will of the Emperor. Because in this warp-forsaken place here that was surrounded by storms, it was hard to hear the will of the Emperor. But right in the middle of this battle, one was finally chosen. One of the lowly ranks, named Alrend Arbrecht, all of a sudden had a frenzied dream, like some Black Templar do. And the chaplain Sebastian Emmerich that was near him identified him as having received a vision from the Emperor himself. And so he was taken into the inner sanctuaries of their ship. He was clad in the special armor and given the black sword that was chained to his armor. And then he was put into a drop pod along with the chaplain and a bunch of other of their sword brethren. And now they are hurtling down into the main battle that is about to take place. So what we're about to witness in this first game is just the tip of the spear of this battle. There's a huge battle going on, but we're going to watch a small contingent of Black Templar being led, once this drop pod lands, by this Emperor's champion, joining forces with some Sisters of the Battle as well to see if they can take the first steps into reconquering this Fortress Monastery. Let's join the battle. We've already joined battle, so we're basically coming in mid-game. There are some things that you have to understand about how we're going to be working with rules here. First off, we're going to be using a Crusade system, but it's a modified Crusade system. And so I'll put the PDF, if you go to our website and go to Tools and Rules, you'll find Campaign Resources. I'll put the PDF in there that's Matthew's modified Crusade system. It basically adds a couple more charts so you have more upgrades and changes how you get experience, but it's designed for a campaign like this. So it's not me trying to fix the Crusade system. It's just like, the Crusade system wasn't designed for this kind of thing. And so, but I really like the stuff that they already have for it. So I just took it and added to it. And I'll adjust it as we play along as well. So there's a few things to know, that even though Steve is bringing a Black Templar / Sisters of Battle force, he'll still get to use all their stuff, even though we're not even worried about detachments. We're not actually going to play with command points or stratagems, so don't expect any of those. It is going to be our Martyred Lady and regular Black Templar rules. So basically anything that they would get for being battle forged and being just them, they're going to get here. So we're going to see Miracle Dice, we're going to see all the Black Templar stuff, everything. And so we're basically starting with some stuff on the table. We got a couple Crusade squads who are marching up, and then we've got 2 Immolators. One of them has a Canoness, the one Canoness we were talking about in the story time, with Retributors, with multi-meltas getting ready to, take out the gate so they can get in there. But we also have a bunch of stuff in reserve. We got a couple drop pods full of Black Templar coming down. We got some Terminators who are ready to teleport in, and we've got a bunch of Mortifiers who are outflanking. So they'll be popping in the sides with their heavy flamers, getting ready to do all sorts of damage. And so because we're using modified rules, we're going to forego using the combat doctrines. So the Devastator doctrines, tactical doctrines, and assault doctrines, because you'll kind of get why as we move along with how this works. It's just the pacing doesn't quite make sense for it. Essentially, we're joining a battle that's already been going on. So if anything, we'd say we're the assault doctrine, but we're just going to, for this game, at the very least, we're going to ignore combat doctrine. So just for anybody who's going to watch this game and try to nitpick on the rules, this is a narrative campaign, and so we kind of, it's a little, we might make up some stuff on the way that's more thematic than it is perfect rules. This is a narrative play. We didn't count up points or even power, and it's just about having a games master lead a player through a fun story. And so squads will gain experience, gain battle traits and battle honors, and even suffer casualties. Any model removed has a possibility of being dead for the entire campaign, which will matter as the game goes on. And that's it. So we're already in motion. Steve actually gets first turn to kind of represent the impetuous nature and the fact that we've already been firing back and forth and you're getting through the sides. You can see that the Chiefs of the Cult has all sorts of neophytes ready to go. We do have a bit of a hit squad of aberrants in the back with an abominate. We've got some sentinels, armored sentinels with their autocannons and bikes ready to outflank on the one side. And then some infantry who have survived the bombardment. But everything else has been destroyed. All the anti-aircraft, all the weapons. There's even artillery in the back that were pounding on the Black Templar and Sisters of Battle infantry as they approached, but those got taken out in the initial bombardment as much as they could do before they were driven off by even more of the anti-aircraft weapons of the fortress. So we're going to jump right now into Steve, turn 1. Black Templar Crusade, turn 1. Start with a miracle die. So your first miracle die is a 4. So these can be substituted for rolls that Steve has to do. Battle begins.
Start with moving a tank up the center. We're going right for the gates.
Full of heavy flamers on the immolators, or whatever their flame weapons are called.
I'm going to keep rushing the gates with both tanks. First Crusade squad's going to do an advance. Ooh.
With 6. Yeah, they're eager.
My other Crusade squad, they are walking forward, holding down the trigger, so they're not going to advance.
Yeah, the one is more equipped with chain swords, bolt pistols, or combat knives and bolt pistols for the neophytes in this squad. If you're not familiar with Black Templar, their Crusade squad, which is not Primaris.
You're part of this squad.
Oh, yeah, you got the wrong one. Is basically a mixture of tactical marines and scouts, what are called neophytes, or initiates and neophytes respectively. And they can actually mix them together, which is really cool. I don't know if it's any good in a regular match play game, but it's really cool. Now we have for reinforcements, and because this is narrative and I can make up rules, I did say to Steve that there's one rule that I'm changing. Well, 2 rules. One is all his reinforcements can show up right now. The idea is that first turn, boom, he's there. And the second thing is, normally you have to stay more than 9 inches away from enemies when you come in from reserve, whether from the sides or from the sky. But we're changing that to 6 inches, just to really represent the impetuous nature of the Black Templar as we come in. Don't do this in your normal match play games, though.
Dropping a drop pod on the far side. Inside there's going to be an assault squad.
And it disgorges its assault squad, getting ready to tango with the bikes. We're zipping up the field. And then there's a smell of ozone and a crackle and lightning as 5 mighty Terminators appear right in front of the Crusade squads as they're rushing forward. And then ambushing from one of the flanks comes a pair of mortifiers. And on the opposite flanks, more mortifiers. And then the last drop pod drops in, and out marches. Out comes the Emperor's Champion and the Chaplain and a unit of veterans, which are sword brethren, of course. Oh, and an ancient. Wreathed in a mighty halo from the Emperor himself, the Emperor's Champion is ready to lead the forces. Well, it's not that he leads the forces. He more just like plows forward and everybody else follows him.
So the first immolator is going to fire his immolation cannons at these poor souls. 2d6 hits. 5.
First shot. Yeah, automatic hits 5 shots.
Wounded on 3s. Oh, there's 2. Oh, 3.
I'll get a 6-up save from those. Yeah, actually, I'll pour it on the ones that are in cover, so I'll make that a 5-up save. So 2 of them die.
And then we'll fire its heavy bolter at him as well on 3s and 3s. One more.
5-up save as well, because we still have one within 3 inches. Nope, another one dies from that. So it washes over the Aegis defense line.
Terminators are next. They're going to fire the storm bolters at this squad here, but the heavy flamers are going to go after the vehicle. We're going to clean off some paint. Storm bolters will be hitting on 3s. And 3s to wound.
Yikes. 6 wounds. 5-up save on those neophytes. So 5 die. Stormbolter rips through their front ranks, killing half of them.
Heavy flamer has 6 automatic hits.
Yikes. 5s to wound. 3 wounds. A 4-up save becomes 5-up. I fail all 3, but he has rugged construction, ignores them on 6s. Nope, takes 3 wounds. Brings it down to 7 wounds.
You know, the I can't say Crusade Squad. They're going to fire their bolt
Three
guns.
times fast. Crusade Squad, Crusade Squad,
Buddy,
Crusade Squad.
I struggled with one. We're going to fire bolt guns in between these teleporting Terminators.
These neophytes?
More neophytes.
And looks like the neophytes, your neophytes are
No,
armed with
my
shotguns.
initiates have shotguns. My neophytes have bolt guns.
No, they're the initiates. Those are the neophytes. I know it's the opposite of what you'd think. So they are the neophytes and initiates. I know it sounds weird, but neophytes are the new ones, and the initiates are...
First time I've ever been wrong. Initiate bolt guns are going to be hitting on 3s.
Woof.
And wounding on 3s. Oh, get my hand.
Nice. 5-up save on my neophytes. Ooh, most of those bounce off harmlessly, but a couple of them are turned to mist.
They were too busy discussing who was what.
Yeah, like, no, I'm a neophyte. No, I'm an initiate. No, you're an initiate. I'm a neophyte. Just fire your guns. Pow, 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 pow.
Well, the immolators fires heavy bolter at those neophytes because they need to kill some of them, and then it's immolation flamers are going to go after the tank that's already been washed in some fire. Heavy bolter first on 3s and 3s.
2 of them. Only get a 6-up save against those. Oh, I made 1.
They're resilient.
This squad is wearing heavier armor, so you can tell. Like, they're actually the ones modeled with more armor than like the little prison guys.
And then 2d6 auto hits for the flamers. Oh, 7. Oh, on 5s.
3 of them. I get 5-up saves against those. I save 1 of them, and then a 6-up rugged construction, ignoring the wounds. No, those burn off some more paint. Not that this thing was really well painted to begin with. Sorry, that wasn't a knock at the person who painted the vehicle. I mean, like the Gene Stealer cult don't maintain their vehicles. I just realized, I'm like, no, it's finally painted by the painter.
Now my assault squad here is to fire their bolt guns into these bikers.
You got a couple plasma
I
in
should
there.
say bolt pistols, but everything's going after them.
And the plasma pistols as well?
Yep. Those bikes are moving fast, hard to hit them. So our bolt pistols are hitting on 4s. Not bad.
No, that's pretty good.
I'm assuming your toughness is 4?
Yep.
So 4s. Ooh, just 1.
5-up save. Failed. So 1 wound so far. I'm going to put that on a regular bike. So I got to point that out because once we start allocating, we got to keep allocating.
2 plasma pistols.
Not overcharging.
No, sir.
Stick on 4s.
And 3s. Oh, nice. Nice.
It's 3 damage total. So we'll kill the one in the back and wound the next one.
The veterans aren't going to fire anything at all because we want to get far up the field with our charges. Both these drop pods we're going to fire into the smaller squad right here.
Neophytes in the back.
3s and 3s.
Yikes, just 1. No AP, so 5-up save. Not saved because they're not wearing proper armor.
And these 2 mortifiers are going to throw their flamers onto the bike squad. Well, these guys are pretty good. Oh, okay, that's actually very average.
Yeah, perfectly average. 14 hits.
We are strength 5, so 3s to wound at -1.
That's 10 of them that got through. -1, so 6-up save. Yikes!
Uh-oh.
9 wounds. That washes through the 1, and 4 more of them.
All right, now these 2 mortifiers, they want to charge this vehicle,
The Ridge Runner?
but you know, we gotta cleanse them with our purifying flames, right? So we're going to fire 1 flamer each into it. That's it. I don't want to overkill it.
Okay. 9. That's enough to kill it.
I know.
It's 4s to wound, though, and so it's not likely to kill him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good thing you didn't roll all the other guys. -1, so I get a 5-up save. And then I've got okay, I saved 3 of those. And then I have a flare launcher to ignore it on the 6s. Okay, I only take 2 wounds. He's down to 6 wounds. Initial firepower has smashed into the lines of the Gene Stealer cults, killing a lot of the neophytes and injuring some of their vehicles. Now we enter the charge phase. Where are we starting, Steve?
The Emperor's champion is leading the charge.
Of
She's
course he
gonna
is.
fire first.
Now, we have no command points, so there's no overwatch. But so they do have to choose, because they're defensible, that they're just going to hold fast and get the +1 to hit. But the charge should be easy. 8-inch charge. So
Go right up to the barrier.
you touch it and you're within 2 inches, so you've completed the charge. Thanks to the defensible terrain trait.
Chaplain, he can't let him go by himself.
Oh no,
No, that
that's
would be ridiculous.
Chaplain's duty.
But you know, we're Black Templar.
you can reroll 1 or both. If you
I'm
want.
gonna roll both.
You don't like the 3? So
6.
Yeah, it's possible the 4 was enough because you just have to touch that. And the veterans, will they follow the example of their chaplain and
They
Emperor's
will.
champion?
They will. They're gonna roll really high.
Look at that.
You know what? I'm gonna roll that 3. I want to get
Why
over
not?
that. I want to get over that barricade.
Nope.
Okay, they're not. They don't want to do that.
Just enough to get to there. Their ancient is going to kind of stand behind, holding the banner high. Nice, look at that group.
Keep on charging. Sending the assault squad after these bikes.
Don't fail it. Oh,
no,
but
no,
you
no,
got-
no,
you're
no.
good. You're good. 11 inches, you're good.
Terminators are going after the vehicle. So from the Munchon.
12?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll...
Which side do they want to go?
Yeah, which side do you want to eat?
We're going to go this way. We're going to stay an inch away, but we'll get to them. We'll get to them.
But careful, that means they can swing back
Oh no. You know, the Crusader squad, they might as well declare a charge.
against the same vehicle.
I'm going to roll
Reroll
just
the
as
one.
one. Oh no.
7
no.
is definitely not enough to get there.
These mortifiers are trying to take out the walkers over here. 6-inch run will
charge.
get them there.
6-inch charge, and they're in.
And then finally, the other mortifiers going after all that little ATV.
They're Ridge Runner. Yeah, I think you made it.
Oh, they can't get any farther.
Oh, I feel so bad for you.
I know.
And now they've engaged the enemy in close combat. Their favorite combat. Forget shooting, right? Why do they even bring guns? They should just replace the guns with more chainswords.
Throw our ball pistols at your face.
Yeah. Starting on this side,
We'll start right here, yep.
we have our assault squad at the bikes.
The sergeant will swing first with his power sword on 3s and 4s. Always one.
That's a wound, which I don't get to save.
And then all the chain swords.
Oh, is that enough attacks? Because you get the extra attack on the charge and the
Yes.
extra attack for the chainsword.
Correct.
And you're only one attack base.
Yes.
You're not Primaris. Got to get used to that. Oh, so there wasn't
Right,
enough.
there wasn't
You
enough.
forgot all
You're
these
right.
attacks. Oh, okay.
And force to wound. Oh, you know what? That's not terrible.
5 up saves. Oh, I roll well. So 4 wounds in total. We'll just kill the... Actually, the quad bike's got a special weapon. So we'll kill him and put 2 wounds on the quad bike. And then they consolidate forward, impetuous as ever.
Well, the Emperor's champion is going to crawl right over the wall.
To the wall.
All right, he's going to have 6 attacks hitting on 2s.
Yikes.
And wounding them on 2s.
No saves against that. He just killed 6 of them. I do have a banner nearby to ignore wounds, so roll the damage.
Is there any reason why I have to really separately?
No, roll them all together.
You're all fine?
Because I'm all 1 wound models. Yikes. So I'd have to roll 666. I'm not even going to bother with those, so let's do the 2s. 2, 2, nope. 2, nope, and the 1. So 6 die. I actually forgot to do it for these guys, but they're nobodies, so I don't care. So killed. We can kill the better weapons. 4, 5, 6.
We're not touching anybody, so we're going to consolidate. Oh, the way up here.
Yes. Oh, he's heading. Oh, now he's within 3 inches of the character.
Chaplain needs to go up and over. Not getting much. But the
We can
squad.
consolidate after that.
Yeah, it's true, actually. Might as well.
Push
Put him in.
He wasn't close enough to fight, but the squad, on the other hand,
We'll get a couple of models.
the ones touching the wall will be able to fight too, and that'll be it.
Looks like all the chainswords made it into combat here, so we're going to be hitting on 3s.
Oh, they're just like, they're slipping on all the gore of the previous dead ones from the
It's
Emperor's
true.
champion.
3s. Oh, no, just 3.
5 up save. Failed them all. 6 up to ignore thanks to the banner bearer nearby. Failed all those too. Oh no, they're losing faith. 1, 2. Do I lose the champion or the guy that lets me reroll 1s to hit? Obviously the guy that lets me reroll 1s to hit.
And they will keep going on to make contact.
Consolidate.
These 2 mortifiers, they're going to go in. We want to try to push forward as far as we can get. We're going to use our penitent buzz blades. So we have 8
After the
attacks
armor.
here. Hitting on 3s.
Yikes.
Not terrible. I'll take it.
And these are strength high enough to be 3 wounds.
3s. Yeah.
4 wounds.
Minus 3.
And 2 damage each. So 6 up saves against these. Nope. So one of them is going to be removed and possibly blow up on a 6. No. So you buzz through one of them, and you injure the next one down to 4 wounds.
Terminators are going to go next.
Oh boy! Here comes the power fist.
3 attacks each on the charge. Hitting on 4s. That's fantastic. 3s to wound.
Yeah. Well, I don't get a save against those. D3 damage each. Which
Oh, look at all these ones!
Okay. It's 14 wounds. I continue normal on 6s. I got 10 dice here, and I die. Do I blow up on a 6? If I had stratagems, I would. I'm not complaining, by the way, because I'm happy not to play with command points for a game or 2. Does not blow up. The Goliath Rockgrinder is just pummeled to death by a bunch of power fists. And then they pile in on the neophytes who are totally not terrified.
And then the other mortifier squad, we're going to go ahead and use our penitent buzzsaws.
Picture those cutting through the hull.
3s to hit.
And 3s to wound.
Okay.
Well, that's 8 wounds that get through. My flare launcher helps me in close combat, apparently. I just shot in your face.
Happens.
So I ignore on 6s. If you see 3 6s, that means he does not die. You see 1 6, and it'll blow up on a 6. Nope, no Dancing Matthews today. All right, Mortifiers, do you want to consolidate into my neophytes?
Keep pushing forward. Get some.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrified. Ah. So you're all done. That's all you got?
That's all I got. I think
Kill
it's
half
pretty
my
good.
army? Okay, fine. Well, I'll just do some token attacks back at your Mortifiers with my neophytes here. Hitting you back on 4s. Whoa! Oh! Look at that. What is that roll here? The wound you on 5s. Thankfully, you're not toughness 6. Look at it, 3 wounds. I'm impressed. Go neophytes. You guys get enough.
4 up save.
Oh,
Where did the wound?
no, whatever. Couldn't get through your armor. One in the back will go down to 4 wounds. Then we've got these 4 neophytes who will totally kill a Terminator. 4s to hit. Okay, I take that back. And 5s to wound. Oh, I got a wound. 2 up save. 2 up save. Ah. This little sergeant is going to take a swing at the champion.
Fight me.
Yes. Apparently I'm -1 to hit him with melee weapons. But I got 3 attacks, so be afraid. 5s to hit.
Oh,
See, I
okay.
didn't care about the -1. Just roll 5s and 3s. 5s to wound. Oh, you're fine. We'll do the 2 sentinels. We'll pile them in just enough so he can fight too. 1 attack each, hitting on 4s. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Well, watch out. We got my bikers into your assault squad. We got a couple power picks. Watch out. 4s to hit. Yeah. And then 5s to wound. It's 1 wound. It's -2 AP though.
5 up.
Oh, it gets through a veteran or an assault squad.
This guy didn't believe in the Emperor enough.
End of this phase, you had a unit with Axe of Faith that destroyed an enemy unit, and so you get a miracle die. Let's roll it, see what it is. It's a 6. Nice. And now we enter the morale phase, where I've got a lot of checks to make. So we'll start with the squad of neophytes over here. We've lost 3. They are leadership 8, so I'd have to roll 6 to fail.
Okay.
Of course, there's
Yep.
a 6. So one guy automatically fails, and we roll for the rest of them. 6 remaining ones. On any ones will destroy another one. So 1 more runs. We lost 3 from this neophyte squad, also leadership 8. Let's see if I roll another 6. I don't. We lost 6 from this squad. Still leadership 8 though. Need to roll 1 or 2. Now the banner lets me re-roll it. Oh, okay, so 1 automatically runs, and then we roll for the rest of them. Because they're below half strength, it's 1s and 2s. So 1 of them runs. The second one runs. And then we have this guy who's going to automatically run because he's lost 9 of his buddies, and he's leadership 8. And then lastly, these 2 bikes. We lost 7 of their buddies. They are leadership 8, so I roll a 1 and I'm fine. Nope. So 1 of them runs, and the other one runs on a 2 or a 1. 1 stays. I am going to run the big bike, not because he has wounds allocated, but because I have more attacks in close combat with that one. The armored sentinels are leadership 7, so they can't fail a morale check right now. So the end of your first turn, you busted right through the lines. The Abominant roars, and his aberrants do their guttural bellows as well, getting ready to charge into the Terminators as we head into our first turn for G's to the Cults. These neophytes are going to fall back in terror from the Mortifier. They're mortified of the Mortifiers. And I will fall back with these 2 neophytes as well, so that we have lots of space for my aberrants with their power hammers and the Abominant to join them. And the Icon Ward is going to join them as well because it helps their bestial vigor be even better. And being compelled by the nearby Abominant, these neophytes want to join in with the massacre of these Terminators.
Goodbye, Terminators.
And then popping out of concealment, we have a unit of Acolyte hybrids that come out of the side doors with a couple of heavy rock saws already buzzing and ready to go. We'll see who will outsaw the other one. And then springing from the ruined reinforcements, or the ruined concealed positions, comes another unit of 10 Acolytes. No real special weapons except for the leader of the Acolytes right there, getting ready to charge into the rear of the Crusade squad. Into the shooting phase, we'll start with the 2 autocannons, obviously just into your mortifiers because I'm engaged with them. Hitting on 5s though, because they are heavy weapons. And I'm in combat. Oh, it didn't matter. See, I just don't care. I just don't roll any 4s. And then winning on 3s. That's a wound. -1.
Hey!
Fine. It bounces off. This unit of neophytes will fire everything. We'll have one of them, not the flamer obviously, we'll have the champion toss a grenade. So we'll do that D6 shots first. So 5 shots. Combine that with the last guns because they're all strength 3. Hitting on 4s. Oh. 5s to wound. Ah, 2 wounds, enough to kill a Terminator. Watch. Oh, almost
halfway.
Hold on, before you allocate that wound, I got a flamer in there as well. We might as well toss into the mix. D6 shots. Whoa, 5 shots with that flamer. Watch out, Steve. 4s to wound. Oh, 1 more. Just roll a 1. Oh, so close. 1 wound on one of them. The Acolyte Icon Ward will shoot at them next. He's going to huck Blasting Charge at you as well. D6 shots. A whole 2 shots. And they both hit, though. Didn't even need to roll high for him. He's better ballistic skill. And 5s to wound. There it is. Neophyte's way up here. We're going to fire our mining lasers at a target that I can see. So they'll fire down at the Terminators.
No.
And nobody else can really see anything because they're too far back. 4s to hit with the mining lasers. Watch out. Booyah!
Typical for them.
Yeah, that's about how they usually work. Acolyte hybrids will just fire their pistols. Auto pistols. 4s to hit. And 5s to wound. Oh, 3 wounds from the auto pistols, which you are going to put on your initiates.
All 3 are going on my initiates, so 3
up save. Oh, good thing. You'd have lost 2 neophytes. I picture a couple neophytes or initiates pushing a neophyte aside and kind of shielding him with their better armor as the auto pistol shots plink off of it. And then lastly, we have a few pistol shots. Yeah, this is where I'll kill you. 4s to hit? No. All right, we're good. It is charge o'clock. We're going to start with a long charge. Well, not super long because, you know, we don't have to be more than 9 inches away. Acolyte hybrids right here into your mortifiers. And they charge 9 inches. They are in. In they come. Getting ready to mortify your mortifiers. And we're just going to do our minimum size charges right here, 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 and here. I'm not worried about wrapping around. Lastly, we have the Acolytes in the back after that Crusade squad. Ooh, and they fail their charge. And they're not Black Templars. We don't get to reroll. They're so dead. Into the fight phase, starting with Chargers. Well, we'll start over here. Because there's no command points, I don't have to worry about you retaliating. Let's kill those mortifiers. We'll start with my 2 heavy rock saws. 4 attacks from the 2 heavy rock saws, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. We got 2 hits so far. We've got 2 hits exactly. Strength 8. 3s to wound. Just 1. -4, 2 damage.
-4? Okay.
That's right.
I'll take the 2 damage.
I guess it's down to 2. Wow, that was my 1 shot to kill them. Well, we'll try with some Raining Claws. We could do this. 3s to hit, re-rolling 1s. Come on with the 2s, go. Just doesn't. And 5s to wound. 6s are rending. We get 2 -1s and 1 -4. So you don't get a save against that. But those 2, you get your -1.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. So I have a 5 save. So I take 1 wound. I'm down to 1 wound.
Yes.
So I have a 5 save.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll one of these. He's dead.
Why did you do it like that?
Well, if I pass this, I would use a miracle die.
Oh, to keep him alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
So he's dead, and I was roll again because it won't matter.
And the other one wounds.
Yeah.
They actually do have 6 up ignoring wounds, so we're gonna roll them all because we forgot that.
Oh, isn't one of them a lot of damage though?
Yeah, you have 6 total. Because I've done 6 damage to you total in the shooting phase.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
I just average you forget.
So on a 4+, you will hurt me as you die.
Nice.
So you do D3 mortal wounds because that's what the mortifiers do. So as this mortifier dies, it lashes out, killing one of my acolytes, and then the next one is injured. I am going to not bother piling in or consolidating because you can turn your flamers.
Down to 4.
Oh, already down to 4. You don't start at 6. Because you can actually use your flamers when you're locked in close combat.
Yep, they're pretty good.
So I will just stay over here so you don't kill me now and then go use it on somebody else. Over here, we're going to start with the Abominate. He's going to jump into combat, swinging his enormous hammer. He's only got 3 attacks with his power sledgehammer, hits on 3s, but any 6s he rolls to hit are counted as 2 hits. So I don't roll any. So that's 2 hits total. Strength 12, so 2s to wound. All right, we got 2. You're going to get your
5 up.
5
Terminators. Oh no, that counts as 5.
So get together. So these are D6 damage each. You don't ignore wounds, right? But they're minimum 3 damage. So the one dies,
gone. And then
and the next one dies.
I say we'll put on him. You can roll 1. You might survive.
No, I minimum 3.
Oh,
I ignore 1s and 2s count as 3. Yeah, no, the power sledgehammer doesn't have a lot of attacks, but when they hit, they do a lot of damage. I told you I'm killing your Terminators, man. You didn't believe me?
Nah, I'll be fine.
The Aberrants will then pile in and swing with their power hammers. Now, they also get the benefit from him that 6s to hit count as 2 hits. Oh, I got my familiar on the other guy though, but who cares? He hits on 3s and wounds on 4s. Maybe nothing.
It might matter.
No, it didn't matter. So the power hammers only hit on 4s, but 6s, count as 2. So I wish I could reroll 1s, but I cannot. They're strength 10 though, so 2s to wound. Bollocks. Yeah, we got 3 in there, -3.
Oh, you get just one of them.
3 damage. Okay, I'm not going to kill all your Terminators.
I'm going to keep the
You got a chain fist in there, you got a regular flamer, or a heavy flamer. Okay, but I'm not done yet, Steve.
Oh no.
I got my neophytes.
Oh.
And they reroll once. We're gonna make sure you can't fall back, because that's what Tully would do. We're gonna smack you with the butts of our auto pistols and auto guns, except we also have a chainsword in there. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s, because we've got an icon too. Oh, doesn't matter. It'll be really embarrassing when one of your Terminators dies from this. 5s to wound. Yeah, look, 2 wounds, double 1, man.
Embarrassed.
Oh, so close. The Icon Lord will pile in and consolidate, but not get within an inch, because he doesn't want to die. That's all the Chargers, so you get to choose next. So you have an ongoing combat there against the 1 bike, and an ongoing combat there against the...
They prove terrible in combat, so we'll go over here.
Oh, against the 1 power pick. Yeah, he could actually take out 1 or 2 of them.
We'll start off with the power sword, 3s and 4s.
Yeah, you got him. Sergeant jumps in with his power sword and chops the champion in half. The bike goes spinning out of control.
Moving forward.
Now my 2 sentinels are going to attack. Watch out. 4s to hit. Oh, yeah, I didn't see that coming. 4s to wound. Haha, I got 1. No AP.
You know, it's a 4 save.
And then 6 to ignore. 6 to ignore.
Down to 4.
Are you going to buzzsaw them back?
Yeah. Buzzsaws are on 3s. Oh, very good. And 3s?
Yes.
Yeah, 3s.
Yes, yes. Only 3 though. So I don't get any saves against that. It's going to kill the 1, which will blow up on a 6. Nope. Destroys the 1, injures the next. You want to consolidate?
I do not.
Yeah, you want to stay out so you can go.
Oh no, I will consolidate.
Just not within an
But
inch.
just not get within an inch.
And lastly, you have the 2 Terminators.
Okay,
They pretty much can target anything because they're all touching everything.
The power sword will target the neophytes. The power fist will target the
Aberrants?
Aberrants, thank you.
How much damage does the Power Fist do?
D3.
Because I give you, it's -1 damage to hit Aberrants and
And
Abominable.
they're 2 each, right?
Yes. So that could be annoying.
That's why I killed the chain fist. Power sword against the neophytes. Hitting on 3s and...
Killing on 3s. So 2 of them die, but I do have the banner nearby to ignore it on 6s. Are they fanatical? No, not these ones. Chop through 2 of them.
And then the fists on 4 and 2.
Oh, just 1, which I don't get a save against, so you just do D3 -1 damage.
All right.
Oh, 2
I'll take
damage.
it.
Well,
Ignore on 5s, right?
Ignore on 5s,
Yeah.
and the banner lets me reroll once.
Ooh.
So 1 damage.
There.
So 1 takes 1 wound. So we got some morale to do, because we both took casualties. I lost 1 there, but that's not enough because they're leadership 8. I lost a couple neophytes, but once again, not enough because they're leadership 8. And so I don't actually have any morale.
No,
I realize
no,
it's just you that has morale.
I can't fail. Leadership 9.
You're leadership 9, and you lost 3 guys, so you're fine there. And I have no minus leaderships, so you're fine. And the same goes, yeah, that's it. That's the only thing that you really lost anything of. So my counter assault is not looking up to the standards that I was hoping for. The acolytes in the back were supposed to make that charge, but they failed it. And we were supposed to kill both of your mortifiers with those heavy rock stars, but I didn't. So let's move on to Black Templar Sisters of Battle, turn 2.
We're going to start off with these assault marines, and they're going to advance on 4 because they have no great charge options. But they want to get up the field.
They're eager beavers.
Yeah. The Crusader squads, they are going to go... First one is moving to engage this side of the table. So the emulator can now move up and around this way.
Are you going to advance it?
I am...
You got nothing to shoot at.
Actually... Yes. Everything's in combat.
Yeah. Ooh, there we go. 6 inches more.
Vroom,
Yeah.
vroom.
For the audience, remember that in this emulator is the Canoness and the Retributors who have all the Melta stuff to bust open the doors. So that's really your goal here is as you're engaging all this, you need to get that squad there and fire at the door.
There's Mortifier sees help coming, so okay, I got these guys then. Well, Neophyte sees something, so we're gonna move.
Oh, you're going to move back to engage
We
it.
gotta prove that we're good enough for the squad, right?
You don't think that your shooting
Yeah,
would
we'll
be
go.
good enough?
We'll do both. The cannon nest inside the immolator is going to say, "Hey, go as fast as you can." Oh,
Stay
we're
inside
gonna
of it
get
for now.
we're gonna get bogged down by the enemy. We'll stop 1 inch away.
That's our next turn. You can get out.
Well, the Emperor's champion.
Ooh, he's gonna get close to characters. He's getting excited.
Yes.
He gets
yes.
bonus close to characters. Oh,
I
you got your
forgot to do
litanies.
litany.
That's right. Let's do it now.
Well, we'll roll my litany on a 3+. Didn't matter.
Yeah, okay.
So we're all good.
Yeah, you can only do one litany, right?
Yes. Yes. And we'll send everybody on forward. The Ancient will advance because he's going to be
Trying to keep up.
in the back here, not really doing much combat things. I guess we're kind of stuck over here. So we're going to deal with these.
Ah, they got another sentinel to take care of.
We're going to shooting. We'll start off with his mortifier. We got 4 heavy flamers.
4 heavy flamers. You mean 2 heavy flamers? You lost one.
Oh, there's a guy dead.
Just roll 2 of those dice. 5.
3s to wound you. Ooh, no.
2 wounds with a 6-up save. Oh, you only kill 1.
Okay.
Well, that wasn't any good.
And then we're going to have the Crusade squad fire their pistols at those neophytes. Pistols will be hitting on 3s and 3s.
3s, yeah. I will actually have 4-up saves against this because of the defense line. Yeah, all right. 1 survives.
We'll get them. Moving on the other Crusade squad, we're going to fire bolt guns first. They're hitting on 3s, they're using a rapid fire, and they're actually pretty good aim. And 4s to wound.
3s to wound.
3s? What are the size of these guys?
I know, they're tough as 3, man. Deal with it. 5-up save. Huh. Well, you just killed 8 of them.
Okay. And
You got some shotguns.
yeah, there's 5 of them, 2 shots each. Hitting on 3s.
Moving on 3s because you're nice and close.
Ooh,
4 more.
4 more.
5 up. So that's all of them. You shot them all to death. That's what happens when Acolyte hybrids show up and don't make a charge.
My chaplain's gonna pull the pin in a grenade, a frag grenade, in those 2 little guys. D6 shots.
Baby, it's enough.
3s to hit.
Uh-oh.
And
4s.
oh no, just
With a
one.
5-up save. He gets 1. Boom.
Those 2 mortifiers are gonna try to roast the walker. This time we have 4 heavy flamers
Oh, 11 shots.
with 4s to wound.
Oh, just 2 with a 4-up save against those. I don't do anything.
The sword brethren are gonna fire into that one lonely little guy. On 3s? Oh no.
That's all right.
We're fine on 3s.
Yeah, I've got to make 2 5-up saves. Nope.
Got him.
Oh, I don't mind calling sword break.
It's time to charge, and once again we're start off with the Emperor's champion. He's going after the aberrants.
Do you want to declare the abominant too?
him.
Because he's really who you want
That's
to kill.
all he's actually going after, but I have to get close to them.
All right, we'll make the charge. 6
I
inches
think
might
that's
get you
gonna
there.
be-
Otherwise, you'll have to do a reroll. Ah, you got it. You got it.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's ready to take on the abominant. Like a proper emperor's champion would take on the biggest thing on the table, and that would be the abominant. You
They're
can
gonna go here.
Yeah, just move them in.
That one will also
Hold
go
on.
around.
You want to finish the charges over here?
Well, I guess the sword brethren are gonna go ahead and charge just the aberrants.
They made it. 7 inches.
I think I want to roll that. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Plenty.
Might roll 1 or both.
Chaplain still has room to go after the.
I want to get this character. But we have to go after them as well because it's nice and close. Oh,
Ah.
yes, he gets what he wants. Crusade squad, might as well go after him. Oh,
It's a 9-inch charge. With -2 to go over the defense line.
where's he go?
Yeah, you made it.
Far. And then there's mortifier. Oh,
Yeah. Well, that was quite the charge.
yeah.
What are you gonna
well,
do now?
I think I'm going to save his head for last.
You better kill him with the Emperor's champion. You
We'll
better
start
not.
off with the chaplain.
The chaplain into the icon ward.
Yes, sir.
Get rid of the
it-
6-up ignoring wounds.
Get it out of the way. We're gonna whack him with this Crozius Arcanum. We're hitting.
On.
Oh no, 2s.
Oh, good thing.
And we're strength 5, so 3s to wound you.
Oh,
no.
They won. You get a 6-up save against that. Oh, he shrugs it off. Look at that. Get rid of my
I
ignoring
don't
wounds.
want to die. Okay.
He holds the flag in front of you and you tear through the flag and then he just like grins at you.
My sword
That
brother
Gene
will
Stealer
go.
grin. Kill those aberrants?
Yeah.
Well, try to kill
We'll start off with the lightning claws. The lightning claws will be hitting on 3s
them. Oof,
and wounding on 4s, but
Re-rolling.
re-rolling.
thankfully. That's
Just 2.
They'll ignore my save of 5+, but I'll get my 5-up ignoring. And reroll 1s because of the banner. So that finishes one off. Then you got a lot of chain swords.
Chain swords, we're hitting on 3s. Oh, they're not hitting. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. What am I saying? 4s to wound.
Oh, now that wasn't great.
Just 4.
We've got our 5-up saves. Oh, 3 of them. And then 5 to ignore. I take nothing from the veterans except those lightning claws.
Oh.
You still have?
1 power maul.
Okay, that might do something.
We're going to be hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s.
AP and damage.
1, 2.
So just -1, so 6-up save, which I fail, and they're only 1 damage each.
1 damage.
So 5-up to ignore. Oh, I only take 1 wound. The Aberrants take it. They're still alive. What about the Emperor's Champion?
I guess we're going to go ahead and chop off the leader's head. How many wounds? What's this everything on him?
So he's toughness 5, 5 wounds, and he's got the same rules as the Aberrant, so he's at a 5-up save, ignoring wounds at a 5, and he reduces damage by 1, too.
I think we're going to have to put everything into him.
That's okay, he's a character, so you get to reroll hits and wounds.
Hitting on 2s.
Oh, good thing it's rerolling. Look at that, and you're wounding on 3s, even with your extra strength.
Rerolling. Oh no.
Just 4. I don't get a save against these. D3 damage -1 each, so it's 2, 2, 1, and 1. Looking at 6 total. So I ignore these on 5s. Oh, you got him! You got him! Just barely! He chops off the head of the Abominant, getting himself some extra experience in the process.
Well, let's move one of the mortifiers into the walker. Oh, they're hitting on 3s. And 3s.
So 3 more. That finishes me off. Do I explode on a 6? No. That's gone. That will get you a miracle die later. It's normally the end of the phase, but we'll just roll it now. So you add a 3, but you only get 1 at the end of the phase for killing at least 1 thing. Because I'm assuming this other mortifier is going to kill the remaining 3 acolytes.
Let's move on to the other mortifier. He's going to start using his chain flail instead.
Ooh, gets 3 attacks per attack.
12 attacks. Hitting. Oh, 3s.
Okay.
Oh, we're
Never
in.
mind. I was holding out hope that you'd roll really poorly on that.
What's your toughness on them?
3.
2s.
Oh, no, they're dead. AP's -2, so I get no chance to save these guys. So the 3 of them are dead. I think we can just remove
Thank you.
this neophyte and not worry about rolling for that. So they get an experience. That's all the chargers, so it means I get to choose who fights next. Obviously, I'm going to choose the Aberrants, and obviously they're going to kill your Terminators.
No, they won't.
Well, we'll try. 8 attacks total, hitting on 4s. No bonuses because the Abominant is dead. Oh, look at all those 6s. Those have been 4.
Oh!
That's all right. They're strike 12, so 2's to wound. Oh, no!
3? 5 of Binbone?
Oh, you
Yeah,
survived,
1.
you punk! These are flat 3 damage. So
I'm going
I
to keep
kill 1.
the sergeant.
Yeah, because you want the 1 damage weapon, right?
Yeah.
Well, I tried.
Sergeant's going to swing at the neophytes. On 3s and 3s to kill.
2 die. Do I pull them out of combat? Oh, why am I thinking so hard? They're just neophytes. I'll have the neophytes fight next. They'll pile in. Hitting ya on 4s, rerolling 1s, because I've got the icon. Ooh, I'm going to kill a Terminator. 5's to wound. Nope. Well, 2 wounds. That's enough to kill if you roll double 1. No, you didn't. And then lastly, we have my Acolyte Icon Ward, who has to attack your chaplain. He's got no other targets. Swings with his Rending Claws, hitting on 3s. Yikes. Wounding on 4s. This is -1 AP, 1 damage. And you
hear me?
Fine. So you smash hard right down the middle. You remove everything pretty much from the table except some neophytes at the top, and you just couldn't shake those Aberrants in 1 turn. But maybe next turn you'll get them. Because I rolled pretty well, and you rolled pretty poorly against the Aberrants. But the Emperor's Champion did his job. He charged into the Abominant and cut it down just barely, but he did. And that was a very epic moment, as we saw. That leads us to morale, which I won't be affected by for the neophytes. And the Aberrants are 7, so losing 1 is not enough to make them run. You did lose a Terminator, but that's not enough to make you run either. So that is the end of Black Templar turn 2. And we did roll and add another miracle die for the beginning of the battle round as well. I failed to mention that. Not that Steve's needed them yet, but let's see what happens next. My movement phase is very simple. Everybody's going to remain stationary. No reinforcements show up, which is odd because you know that the place is filled with Genesthetic Cult, but they seem to have seeded this area. At least that's what appears to be the case as you approach it. But we do have some neophytes up here who are going to take some pot shots down. We'll fire our mining lasers down at this last mortifier so we can take them out. 4 is to hit. Nope, just 1 hits. Well, no, that won't kill. Well, good. 3's to wound. This is -3 AP, so it ignores your 4-up save, and it does D6 damage. You've only got 4 left.
Okay.
Booyah! Well, you do ignore 6s. Can you ignore any?
I'm going to roll a 3 first.
Oh,
Alright,
because
I'm
you
gonna
had
roll
it.
the last one.
Oh, I see, because
I still got a wound.
I don't think you can use a miracle die for ignoring wounds.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what?
So you have
I believe
one
you are
left.
correct.
Yes. But he believes in his own fate. Or she believes in her. Actually, yeah, she believes in her own fate. I got some customary shots. I got a pistol into your Terminator and a pistol into your Chaplain. Into the Terminator. Misses into the Chaplain. Hits. Wounds on a 5. Hey, it wounds. And
3 up.
you're fine. It's no charges, so you get to pick who fights first.
Well, it's going to be the Emperor Champion.
So you're going to slice down some of those
The
aberrants.
Yeah. Starting off with the sword here. Well, actually, it's all he's got. Hitting on 3s. Or hitting on 2s.
That's all he's got. The black sword. That's all he's got.
No, but the way
what
it said
an insult. The
way it
black
said
Templars
it
everywhere.
implied that he had multiple close combat weapons.
Yeah.
And
That's all he's got.
Damage is
my
going to
armor?
be 2 and 1.
Yes. Now, I've only got 1 wound left. We probably should have done this one at a time. So we'll do the 1 first, because whatever, that works better for you. So that kills a guy, and then the 2 damage one. Hold on, was it 2, 1, and 1?
No, it was only 2 got through.
Right, so
3 and 1.
It was 1 and 2, yeah, because we get -1 damage. So the 1 killed 1, and then the 2 damage to the other guy. That's a 2. Reroll the 1.
Oh,
He
still
survives.
alive. We'll get him.
So 1 more dies, and the next one's wounded. And then the aberrants will go, oh, I want to kill the Terminator. Just so I say I killed something. But at the same time, those veterans will, no. These are Terminator killing weapons. Let's do the power hammers into the Terminator. 6 attacks, 4s and 2s. Or maybe I should roll the wounds first. 2s and then make it 4s, because it's statistically the same, right, Steve? Anyways, that's it. 4s to hit. Oh, I'm so glad I did the hits first. Oh, see, I just disproved my point. Obviously, the 4s and 2s is better. See? It would have actually been worse. Ironically.
Ever see a handful of 5s?
Oh, so close. 6 damage. You'll allow it?
Is there any chance that was 6 mortal wounds?
Nope.
Mortal wounds?
No, you don't.
Well, it did kill me. That was mortal.
That's true. You would think a gashing hole in your insides from a power hammer would be a mortal wound.
Right. So I'm gonna have to rule here that I died mortal wounds. I ignore mortal wounds of 5+.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Your choice.
Ah! Oh, the sword brother, I guess. No, Chaplain.
Yes.
This dude does it by himself. He hits on 3s. Nope.
Into the acolyte, right?
Yeah, sorry. Any wounds on 3s. -1.
So 6-up save. Ignore wounds on a 6.
That's 2 damage each.
Oh, they're 2 damage each?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1 more.
2
2 damage. I'm down to 2. So now I'll hit you back. 3s to hit. Oh, come on, dude. 4s to wound. I got 1, -1.
4 up! Ooh, wound.
And now can your sword brother and... Oh, you're not going to model around. Now your sword brother and can finally try to kill the aberrants. Well, I guess they can pile in him.
Swing this way. And I'm going to put the lightning claws on him and then everything else in the
Aberrants.
lightning claws on 3s. And 4s?
3s.
Oh, 3s reroll.
They are toughness 3.
Why?
Because it's just a little guy.
The character?
The character's toughness 3.
Okay.
Ignores my armor, but I got a 6-up to ignore. I'm dead. Well, he's gone, but he's still there for the sake of the rest of the guys. So, you know.
Chain swords! Oh, they're not, they don't,
Oh,
no,
dude.
no.
You're not killing these aberrants.
4s?
You're going to make them look so popular. No AP.
No AP.
5-up saves.
Aberrants.
5-up to ignore. Okay, I take a wound. That finishes off the 1.
Power maul. 1 hit and 1 wound.
-1. 6-up.
Aberrants!
Neophytes will then pile in and fight your chaplain. We're going to kill him, I swear. 4s to hit. Nope. Well, no. Yeah,
it's enough, it's enough.
That's technically enough to kill him. 5s to wound. Oh, well, no. 3-up
3 up.
saves.
Oh, it takes 1.
Gets smacked on the head by the little neophyte staff. You just can't shoot through those aberrants. You lost your last Terminator, and then killed the Acolyte Icon Ward and a couple more aberrants. If I roll a 6, I could run with the aberrants. No, I was going to laugh if they just ran. They're like, no, you don't get to kill us. We're just going to slink away. The Black Templars have cleansed the field mostly. There's still some neophytes kind of pinpricking everything. So it's your turn to move on forward and finally secure your objective.
Hold down 4 flamers on the wall. Maybe we'll melt it.
Or, you know, you can buzzsaw it. Everybody
is just heading up.
The Canoness and her Retributors.
Actually, first the candidates will get out, just because you have to get holy within 3 nowadays.
Yeah, it makes it a little more
And
difficult.
then we'll just
She
go
could
this
just
way.
jog up a bit. Stay away from my neophytes.
I know, they're my way.
Well, if you just killed them, it's not that hard.
Uh,
The Retributors have gotten out and moved forward, getting ready to Melta open the door. And the Battle Sisters get out of the other transport.
they're going to be moving this way, because somebody's got to deal with those neophytes.
At the end of your movement phase, some interesting reinforcements show up. Out of the ruins, you see a bunch of acolytes pop out. Some pop out of the wreckage right here. Some actually pop out of the ruins back here. Some more pop out of the ruins over here. And some over here too. As the Black Templar and Sisters kind of turn to look at them, and they're used to the idea that these guys would try to ambush them, they notice something a little odd. They all seem to be carrying empty packs.
No!
And you see a few of them actually look. The Emperor's champion looks forward and sees one look at him, lock gaze, holds up a detonator,
No!
and presses a button.
Not my duders!
And before you have a chance to react, explosions reek throughout this entire front
No,
battlefield.
I was winning!
But more importantly, they explode along the outline of the whole thing, raining chaos down upon everybody. And all of a sudden, the ground gives out below you, and you tumble
Oh!
100 feet down into the catacombs. Darkness overtakes your men as a lot of them die from the fall.
It was a trap.
It was a trap.
Nobody would have thought of that. It's never happened before.
Well, they expected a trap. They just didn't realize that the entire ground was rigged, and that they were just throwing out guys to try to lure you in to what looked like a
How are my
protracted
guys
battle.
all in the center? Like,
You did exactly what I wanted you to. Well, you'll notice that, like, when I popped it, I was disappointed by these acolytes. I'm like, no, I don't want you to pull back. I need you to be up here. But then you killed them so quickly.
I turned back and ran away.
Yeah, and so I kept trying to draw you forward
Oh, you
because
got
the
them all.
explosion was going to be right here. So this entire army disappears underground, and most of them will be dead, and we'll have to kind of see the fate of the rest of them
Oh no.
in the next game.
You fell for it.
You fell for it. You actually fell into
no.
it. And so we are going to find out the fate of everybody in the next game, which is at the link below. The story will continue, as will the games. And there's going to be some upgrades and some rolls at the
Everybody's
beginning.
going to survive.
I don't know. Probably not. That's okay. There's gonna be some rolls. There's gonna be some upgrades rolled as the story continues in episode 2 at the link below. Don't forget, you can click that. If you're not a Vault member, now's a great time to try it out, because you can click that, go and watch episode 2 for free, get a free 7-day trial to the MiniWarGaming Vault, and be able to see the entire story of this campaign. And then the next episodes will come out a week from now. They'll come out weekly, 2 episodes every week until it's done. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.